Battle of the Brains, presented by Invest 529. Central Virginia's high school academic quiz show. Today's match features Ocean Lakes High School versus Cosby High School. Let's play.
Hello and welcome to Battle of the Brains, Central Virginia's longest running high school academic quiz show. I'm Cheryl Miller. We're now in round 3 of this year's competition as our teams vie for a share of $20,000 in scholarship money provided courtesy of Invest 529 and the E.W. Scripps Foundation. Our competition welcomes teams from schools all across the Commonwealth of Virginia. The academic athletes joining us today, the Dolphins of Ocean Lakes High School, coached by Miranda Blazer and Lisa Gibson. Ocean Lakes is a public high school in Virginia Beach School District. It features the Math and Science Academy, which was founded 30 years ago as the first of several magnet programs in that district. Also with us today, the Titans of Cosby High School, coached by Marsha Borden and Tony Palambella. Cosby High School is a public school in Midlothian, which is a part of Chesterfield County. With over 2,000 students in grades 9 through 12, Cosby is designed and designated as a National Blue Ribbon School. And it's great to have all of these students here with us today, and congratulations to them on being among the 8 teams to have made it to this 3rd round. Our match today will consist of 3 toss-up rounds and a category round. Players will buzz in and wait more to call on them before they give their answer. Any interruption of question with an incorrect answer will result in a point deduction. There's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. All right, teams, welcome once again. Good luck to you. Let's start the first toss-up round. When powerful storms develop in the Atlantic, they're called hurricanes. What are these similar storms called? Jackson.
Typhoons.
That is correct, in the Northwest Pacific. What guitarist band, Gypsy Sun and Rainbows, also known as a Band of Gypsies, played the last set at the Woodstock Music and Art Fair in 1969? Clark.
The Jimi Hendrix Experience?
That is correct, Jimi Hendrix. Colonized by Portugal, what is the only nation in the world? Jackson.
Brazil.
That is correct, named after a tree. Hermes' winged staff, the caduceus, became the symbol of what profession? Jackson.
Medicine.
Correct. In biology, this 8-letter word refers to the 2 names, genus and species, used to describe an organism. Give this term that also refers to an algebraic expression with 2 terms, such as x plus 5. Siddharth.
Binomial.
Binomial is correct. Name the German car company that has a badge or emblem of 4 interconnected rings. Kashuk.
Audi.
Correct. The bristlecone variety of this tree is known to live. Jackson.
Pine.
Correct. It lives almost 5,000 years. This shepherd was killed by his older brother Cain. Name this. Robinson.
Abel.
That is correct. Second-born son to Adam and Eve. Montevideo is the capital city. Kashuk.
Uruguay.
That is incorrect. I'll finish the question for Cosby. Montevideo is the capital city of Uruguay. Spell Montevideo. Siddharth.
Montevideo.
And that is correct. All right, you may need your pencil and paper to figure this out. What is the sum of the following fractions? 1/2 plus 1/8 plus 1/12 plus 1/6? Jackson.
7/8.
That is correct. The Republican Nixon administration created this agency the year the first... Connor.
The EPA.
Correct. The year the first Earth Day was held. All right, teams, watch and listen closely. This is a video question from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch, and you must wait until the question is completed before buzzing in.
Also known as the real Slim Shady, what is Grammy and Academy Award-winning rapper Eminem's real name?
Ben.
Marshall Mathers.
That is correct. The third. This gas can be formed at ground level by lighting or sunlight catalyzed reactions contributing to a smog. In the stratosphere, however, it protects against ultraviolet. Jackson.
Ozone.
Correct. Ultraviolet radiation protection. In music, a key signature that contains only one flat, B flat. Jackson.
F major.
That is correct. These curves have eccentricities between 0 and 1 and can be defined as the set of points for which the sum of the distances. Jackson.
Ellipsis.
That is correct. This kind of conic section, according to Kepler's first law, represents planetary orbits. New Orleans is noted for many things, including its style of cooking. What name is given to the Louisiana Creole soup that traditionally uses Robinson?
Gumbo.
Correct. Uses okra as a thickener. On Earth, what quantity took 1,000,000 years for the first to accumulate, 122 years for the second, 32 years for the third, and just 16 years for the fourth? Siddharth.
Billion population.
That is correct, 1 billion people. The current world population is 8.2 billion as of 2025. What is the term for leaving plowed farmland unsown to restore its fertility? Jackson.
Fallow.
Correct. Actors George Reeves, Christopher Reeve, and Henry Cavill have all portrayed one fictional character. Robinson.
Superman.
Correct. And that buzzer means the end of our first toss-up round. A good job by our team so far. Up next, we'll meet today's players, and then they'll take on the category round. Now, if your school wants to join us on Battle of the Brains next season, you can take the qualifying test by May 5th. Go to battleofthebrains.net to find out how to register. We'll be right back.
Miss a week of Battle of the Brains? Want to catch up on the full season of play? Watch full episodes on our YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the first toss-up round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Ocean Lakes with 130 points. Our team from Cosby High School with 50 points. And we'll get back to our match and more questions just ahead. But first, we want to introduce you to today's players. First, our team joining us from Ocean Lakes High School. The Dolphins are coached by Miranda Blazer and Lisa Gibson. First up, we want to introduce you to Robinson Chen. Robinson's a junior. He's the SCA Communications co-chair and enjoys learning about history and religion and also combat sports. Our next player is Clark Smith. Clark is a junior who is on the track and cross-country teams, is a musician, plays cello in the school's orchestra, and enjoys reading and traveling in his free time. Our team captain for Ocean Lakes High School is Jackson Crickard, who is a senior, enjoys playing soccer, water polo, and is also a musician, plays the cello, hopes to study aerospace engineering. And wrapping up our team is Kashik Tata, who is a senior, is a member of the chamber orchestra at school, and wants to study radio frequency engineering. That is our team from Ocean Lakes High School. Great to have you back with us today. Now for our team from Cosby High School, they are the Titans. Their coaches are Marsha Borden and Tony Palumbella. First up is Siddharth Anarup, who is a senior who's aspiring to become an emergency medical physician. Hobbies include reading, playing sports, and will be attending VCU. Congratulations. Our team captain is Ben Sharp, who is a junior, wants to major in business. In the meantime, right now, he enjoys playing golf, watching hockey, and spending time with friends. Also on our team from Cosby High School is Megan Moore, who is a senior, plans to attend college but hasn't quite decided on a major yet. There's always time for that. Is a participant in the Cosby Theater program and enjoys reading and journaling in her free time. And wrapping up our team from Cosby High School is Connor Preciado, who is a junior, enjoys debate, swimming, politics, history, studying Latin, learning, and traveling. And that is our team from Cosby High School. Great to have you here with us as well. And congratulations to our teams for making the final 8 in this season. Now for our category round, each team will select one 10-question category from today's choices. If the team gets all of its questions correct in the allotted time, they'll receive a 20-point bonus. Teams, take a look here at today's categories from which you may choose. They are animal categories, old and tall structures, and Greek mythology. We do note that in this round, only the captains can officially answer for the team, though they may confer with their teammates to try to come up with the correct answers. By the rules, the high score team gets first choice of category. That is our team from Ocean Lakes. So Jackson, talk it over with your teammates. Tell me what category you would like to play.
We'll take Greek mythology.
All right. Answer the following dealing with Greek mythology. The first is leader of the Greeks against Troy.
Agamemnon.
That is correct. Monster with 100 eyes slain by Hermes.
Argus.
Correct. Nymph who fell in love with Narcissus.
Echo.
Correct. Monsters with heads of women and bodies of birds.
Yeah, Harpies.
Correct. Beautiful youth loved by Aphrodite.
Adonis, right? Yes. Adonis.
Correct. Sea nymph kept Odysseus on her island Ogygia for 7 years.
Calypso.
Correct. Three-headed dog guarded the entrance to Hades.
Cerberus.
Correct. Mortal loved by Zeus in form of a white bull carried her to Crete.
No, you're right. Europa.
Europa is correct. Builder of the labyrinth.
Delos.
Correct. And finally imposed the 12 labors on Hercules.
Eurystheus, right? Okay. Eurystheus.
That is correct, and that is a sweep of the category of Greek mythology for Ocean Lakes and a 20-point bonus. Congratulations on that. All right, our team from Cosby High School will now either play animal categories or old, tall structures. Ben, what would you and your team
We'll
like
play
to play?
animal categories, please.
All right, what general type of animal is being referred to when one uses one of the following terms? The first is canine.
Dogs.
Correct. Feline.
Cats.
Equine.
Horse.
Correct. Bovine.
Pig.
That would be cow. Porcine.
Pig.
That is pig. Correct. Lupine.
Wolf.
Correct. Vulpine.
Pass.
That would be fox. Murine.
Pass.
That would be a mouse. Aquiline.
Fish.
Eagle. And finally, ursine.
Bear.
Bear is correct. Good job on that category by our team from Cosby. Up next, we've got another toss-up round, so stay right here for more Battle of the Brains.
Battle of the Brains is always available. Find full episodes on YouTube and follow Battle of the Brains on social media.
That's it.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
Here are the scores following the category round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Ocean Lakes High School with 200 points. Our team from Cosby High School with 80 points. And now it's back to Battle of the Brains and another toss-up round. But first, a reminder for our teams. You will lose points if you interrupt a question with an incorrect answer. The other team will then have the chance to answer. And of course, there's no conferring in the toss-up rounds. All right, teams, here we go. To date, how many British sovereigns have ruled as representatives of the House of Windsor? Clark.
5.
That is correct. George V, Edward VIII, George VI, Elizabeth II, and Charles III. The ancient Greeks called this body of water the Euxine Sea. What is the modern name for the sea that borders Turkey, Bulgaria? Kashuk.
The Mediterranean.
That is incorrect. Borders Turkey, Bulgaria, Ukraine, and Russia. Cosby, Siddharth?
Black Sea.
That is correct, the Black Sea. Some of them bind ions or molecules called cofactors. Name these. Jackson.
Enzymes.
That is correct. That lower activation energy by acting as biological catalysts. Blood cells are made up of a liquid and a cellular part. What name is given to the fluid part? Jackson.
Plasma.
Correct. Their existence was suggested in 1892 after Dmitry Ivanovsky found the pathogen responsible for tobacco mosaic disease was too small to isolate. Name these entities that have DNA and RNA. Jackson.
Viruses.
Correct, but they are not alive. All right, grab your pencil and paper. What number has a cube root of 2.154 and a square root of 3.162? And that would be 10. In English folklore, Robin Goodfellow is a mischievous spirit or elf that shares what name with an object used in a hockey match? Megan. Puck. Puck is correct. Given a surname meaning perfection by his math teacher, he helped replace the Treaty of Sèvres with the Treaty of Lausanne and defeated Greece, France, Britain. Robinson.
Ataturk.
That is correct. In the War of Independence, the first president of Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk. Polio was once a dreaded contagious disease that could paralyze and kill. Who was credited with the development of the first truly effective? Ben?
Jonas Salk.
That is correct, in the 1950s. Written by Daniel Defoe, this novel's full title, Robinson.
Robinson Crusoe.
That is correct. The full title reveals that his hero was a mariner who lived 8 and 20 years. All right, teams, watch closely. This is another video question from the Battle of the Brains Brainy Bunch. And again, you must wait until it's completed before buzzing in.
This singer's music is noted for its cinematic style and melancholia. Name this artist whose real name is Elizabeth Woolridge Grant.
Megan.
Lana Del Rey.
That is correct. What is the name given to a polygon that has 7 straight sides and 7 angles? Kashuk.
Heptagon.
That is correct. In Hebrew, what is the name for the holy Day of Atonement? Clark.
Rosh Hashanah.
That is incorrect. Cosby? Siddharth?
Yom Kippur.
That is correct. Yom Kippur. What controversial church policy involving the sale of documents to reduce Kashuk.
Indulgences.
That is correct. Reduce a sinner's time in purgatory. Translate the Spanish phrase. Creo que debemos expresar la pregunta con más codicia. Jackson.
I believe we should express our opinions with more force.
That is incorrect. Cosby, Siddharth?
Could you repeat?
Yes. Creo que debemos expresar la pregunta con más codicia.
You need to ask this question more clearly. You should ask this question more clearly.
Judges? They will accept it. I think you should phrase the question more politely. Considering that this is the epicenter for the automobile industry, what is the appropriate name of the stadium where the Detroit Lions play football? Jackson?
Ford Field.
That is correct. And that buzzer means one more toss-up round just ahead and we'll double the point value. Stay tuned to see which team is today's winner here on Battle of the Brains.
Love Battle of the Brains? Ready for your high school team to play next season? Go to battleofthebrains.net to learn more.
Welcome back to Battle of the Brains.
And here are the scores now as we head into the final round here on Battle of the Brains. Our team from Ocean Lakes High School with 280 points. Our team from Cosby High School with 140 points. And in this final toss-up round, the point score for a correct answer is double, but so is the penalty for an incorrect answer given before I finished reading the question. And there's no deduction for an incorrect answer to a completed question. All right, teams, good luck. This is our final toss-up round. The egg, the nymph, and the adult are the three life stages of insects. Siddharth?
Butterflies?
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Ocean Lakes. Three life stages of insects that undergo what specific type of change in form? Clark?
Metamorphosis?
I need you to be more specific.
Going from a caterpillar to a butterfly?
No, that is incorrect. It would be gradual metamorphosis or simple metamorphosis or incomplete metamorphosis. All right, you may need your pencil and paper for this one. What is the negative square root of 256? Jackson?
Negative 16.
That is correct. Born on the Caribbean island of Nevis, he left college to join the Continental Army. Jackson?
Alexander Hamilton.
That's correct, first Secretary of the Treasury. What word meaning to spur to action comes from the name of Luigi Galvani, the Italian doctor?
Galvanize.
That is correct, who subjected frogs to electric shock. Zulu, English, and Afrikaans are some of the official languages of what country? Jackson?
South Africa.
Correct. Omniscience is the state of knowing everything. Jackson?
Omniscience.
That is correct, and I would have asked to spell omniscience. There are two important gods, Huitzilopochtli and Kashuk.
Quetzalcoatl.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for our other team. And Tlaloc were honored with sanctuaries at the top of the Great Pyramid in their capital of Tenochtitlan. Name this Mesoamerican people who dominated Mexico. Ben?
The Aztecs?
That is correct. In the 1924 and 1928 Olympics, future movie Tarzan Johnny Weissmuller won gold medals in what sport that also later made Michael Phelps famous? Robinson?
Swimming?
Correct. Professional wrestler Mark Calloway, whose longtime manager was Paul Bearer, is best known by what ring name? Clark?
Kane?
That is incorrect. Cosby? Ben?
The Undertaker?
That is correct. In the 1880s, Paiute Indian holy man Voivoka initiated the ghost dance, a centerpiece of a new Native American religion. It led to the massacre. Jackson?
Wounded Knee?
That is correct, in South Dakota. In the 1960s, there was a zeitgeist of anti-establishment values and alternate philosophies. Spell zeitgeist. Jackson?
Zeitgeist.
That is correct. The site of some of the most extreme weather in the United States, what is the name of the mountain that is the tallest peak in New England's White Mountain Range? Ben?
Mount McKinley?
That is incorrect. Ocean Lakes? Clark?
Mount Washington?
That is correct. What is the title of the Disney movie with a 2025 live-action remake that features Jackson?
Lion King?
That is incorrect. That features 7 men who work in a mine. Ben.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
That is correct. Name the Mississippi native who was the author of The Sound and the Fury. Clark.
Faulkner.
William Faulkner is correct. Who was the second of Henry VIII's 6 wives? Clark.
Catherine of Aragon.
That is incorrect. Cosby? Connor?
Anne Boleyn.
That is correct. In Greek mythology, what was notable about the Gorgon's hair? Robinson.
It was made of snakes.
Correct. Like his famous ancestor who had helped to overthrow the Etruscan kings of Rome to establish the Republic. Robinson.
Scipio.
That is incorrect. I'll finish for Cosby. He participated in the assassination of Julius Caesar to stop the creation of a new monarchy. Who is this famous conspirator? Connor.
Brutus.
That is correct. And that buzzer is the end of our game. While our judges double check the final score, here's a reminder of how to stay connected with us here at Battle of the Brains.
Stay up to date on Battle of the Brains. Follow along as your favorite teams advance this season. Visit battleofthebrains.net to learn more and follow the show on social at Battle of the Brains. Join us next week on Battle of the Brains as we welcome students from Oscar Smith High School playing against Collegiate School.
And here's the final score for today's match, determining which of our teams will continue on in this season's competition and to the semifinal round. Ending this game with a final score of 220 points, our team from Cosby High School. A great job today by Siddharth, Ben, Megan, and Connor, and congratulations for getting it this far in the season, and best of luck with the rest of the school year. Our winners today and going on to the next round, our team from Ocean Lakes High School. Great job today by Kashuk, Jackson, Clark, and Robinson, and we will see you in the next round. I'm Cheryl Miller. Thanks so much for watching and playing along here on Battle of the Brains, and we'll see you back here next week for more Battle of the Brains. Great match, teams.
Game over. Thank you for watching Battle of the Brains. Presented by Invest 529. Goodbye.